Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So, Elliott Friedman this past Saturday on his Saturday Headlines segment talked about the New Jersey Devils and the Calgary Flames talking about a potential Jacob Markstrom trade. And, I want to do a video on it because it's pretty impressive, the news he dropped. And, I'm going to play the clip that he talked about. Then when we come back, I'll talk about further the trade and everything and, give up some thoughts about Jacob Markstrom and the New Jersey Devils being a good trade partner. So watch the clip, then come back afterwards.
Markstrom. Now, the Flames and the Devils played earlier this week. The Flames beat them. And from what I understand, the two teams are not commenting. In the lead up to that game, the two teams had legit conversations about the Calgary goalie. Now, there's a couple of things I want to make clear here. Number one, I don't know that this was ever taken to Markstrom, so I don't know if he got involved. But I do think the two teams talked about it quite seriously, and I think there were a couple of issues. One, of course, was the package it would take to get him, and the other was retention. Now, is it still possible? I just heard it was really tough to do, really difficult, and it stopped in its tracks. But the two sides did talk. I believe there were some serious conversations, and we'll see if it picks up, although it just sounds today, Ron, like it's unlikely.
So that segment was pretty impressive. And just to go over a couple of things that Elliott Friedman talked about, he said that he's not sure if discussions were taken to Markstrom. There's no movement clause, so would he be interested in a trade to New Jersey? He talked about that he believes that these two teams have talked quite seriously about a potential trade. The trade package is an issue, and salary retention was a big sticking point with that as well. Deal's still possible, but really tough to do, and it's stopped in its tracks for now. See if trade talks pick up again, but today seems unlikely. So let's talk about Jacob Markstrom in this and see if it's just a good fit for the Devils and the Calgary Flames. So Jacob Markstrom's 34 years old, currently has a cap hit of $6 million. That's his AAV. That contract expires at the end of the 25-26 season. So when that contract expires, Markstrom will be 36 years old. And just looking at, his injury history this year, he's been injured 3 separate times this year. In November, it was an undisclosed injury, but it turned out to be an upper body injury. In December, it was a finger injury. And in January, it was a lower body injury. And this is all occurring when he's 34 years old. So with goaltenders, you see this happening a lot when they kind of hit a certain age where, the body just isn't what it used to be when it was younger. But he's having a phenomenal year. So Jacob Markstrom still is playing at a good level. Currently, his record is 17-13-2. His GAA is 2.54, and his save percentage is a .915. Looking at his career overall, 209 wins, 186 losses, and 57 overtime losses, 2.71 GAA, and a .910 save percentage. So his numbers are really good. So is this trade worth it for the Devils to do? So looking over at what David Pagnotta said, he said that if the Devils trade for Jacob Markstrom, watch out for Alexander Holtz and Vitek Vanecek to Calgary. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, that's when you start thinking, okay, you're seeing some sort of trade package going around, and you knew one player going there was either going to be Dawson Mercer or Alexander Holtz, and I don't want to lose Mercer or Holtz. I like the way both are playing this year. Mercer is having an off year in his numbers compared to the years before, but he will turn it around next year. A lot of Devils are having bad years, but Alexander Holtz to me is having a very good year. He's playing bottom line minutes on the third and fourth lines. Sure, we've seen a couple of games where he's bounced up and down the lineup, but he's primarily been playing third and fourth line minutes, which is not a lot per game. Maybe 6 to 8 minutes per game, mostly on the 8-minute side, but, he's not playing with the best line mates to make him be more of a goal scorer, but he's learning the game as he plays, and, there's a whole big thing with him and Lindy Ruff about him not getting the playing time he deserves, but Lindy Ruff is saying he's still making mistakes. You don't feel 100% confident putting him out there. But he's learning through playing more, and, I like what I've seen from Alexander Holtz. In 50 games played this year, he has 12 goals, 11 assists for 23 points. And then you look on Vitek Vanecek's side. I know he's had a bad year numbers-wise, but it's just a weird year for him. He's 28 years old, looking at his wins-loss record, he's 17-9-3. But when you look at his GAA and his save percentage, it's absolutely atrocious. 3.18 GAA, he's 42nd in the league, and a .890 save percentage. He's tied for 50th in the league, and he has no shutouts. So, you look at his wins-loss record, then you look at his GAA and save percentage. It doesn't make sense, and it's just the way the Devils have played this year. It's just porous defense. They're letting the opposition get a lot of high danger scoring areas, and Vanecek isn't good in that sort of regard. But you add on bad defense as well, and it's just a bad mixture, and it's leading to where the Devils are right now. So I know the Devils are looking for goaltending, and when I read this, I'm kind of like, we need goaltending, but I'd kind of rather stick out the year with what we have, and then just go after this maybe if another trade package happens. And I'm going to do that in my part 2 of this video. This video I wanted to talk about the whole Jacob Markstrom thing, because we've heard the rumors ongoing with the New Jersey Devils, and he's possibly going to be moved leading up to the trade deadline. Just to who? And I want the Devils to go for something that's a bit younger and looking to grow with the team. With Jacob Markstrom, he's got a bit of term left on his contract, but when a lot of the Devils are entering their prime or getting to that good point of their career, the Devils might have to look for another goaltender, as he's going to be 36, 37 years old. And, what are you going to sign for another 1 or 2 year deal? You'd probably be looking for another goaltender at that time, because at that age, a lot of goaltenders can't play at a high level. So, I'd rather the Devils go for a different route in this. I'd rather look for another goaltender, maybe a younger one, one that's really good now, or one that's going to be, entering the league soon, that has potential to be really good. And I'll do that in my part 2. But, it's a hard situation, because the Devils do need goaltending help. Calgary, Markstrom's really good, and he would help for now. But it's just helping it with just applying a Band-Aid to the situation where, yeah, he's better than Vanecek on paper. He would help, but the Devils still have a lot of areas to address. And, throwing all these assets to the Calgary Flames, where it would be really good for them, Holtz would thrive in their organization, and I think so would Vitek Vanecek. But, I'd rather the Devils hold on to this and look for a different route than trading for Jacob Markstrom. So, comment below. What do you think about this? Do you like the idea of Tom Fitzgerald going all in on Jacob Markstrom? Or do you want him to stand pat and see what's left over, maybe leading into the trade deadline, or maybe just looking at this in the offseason and just having more time to evaluate situations and not throwing all the assets towards the Calgary Flames? Comment below and let me know. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Hockey Skate Down. It's free, and join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.